I'm about to tell you what my twin flame's sun sign revealed about my soul's journey. At the very beginning of my twin flame journey, during the quote unquote bubble love phase, I was obsessed with astrology for some reason. And I think it was sort of like a breadcrumb clue about where this journey was going for me. When I was with my twin flame originally, when we first met back in 2020, I was like looking up my Zodiac, doing my natal charts. I was obsessed with him being a Taurus because it was the first time I'd never been with a Taurus before. And because I influenced him, he even did his own natal chart, which I thought was really cool. Now, I don't know all his placements and I don't know his birth time, so I've actually never done his natal chart, but it doesn't really matter because I looked at my natal chart next to the knowledge of my twin flame being a Taurus sun, and my jaw hit the floor because his sun sign matched all 4 of my placements. And these are not just any placements, but they're the exact ones that astrologers say you're here to heal in this lifetime. And the ones that are matching are my Chiron. If you guys have ever heard of that, comment down below. My South Node, my Lilith, and the Moon. Okay. So all of the same signs as his sun sign. Is that a coincidence? I think not. Now, does your chart work this way with your twin? I don't know. You tell me, comment down below, but maybe it doesn't. But what I found changed everything about how I see this journey, because before this, I had been pretty much agnostic on whether or not I thought twin flames had anything to do with astrology. So what I want you to do is we're going to talk about it, and I want you to stay with me and tell me what you think. So hi, I'm Mary, the Twin Flame Alchemist, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're here. If you are returning, welcome. I love you guys. You just helped me hit 5,000 subscribers, so I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much for being here. And if any of this free information is helpful to you, I just ask for equal energy exchange here. So all I ask for is for you to like this video so that other twin flames can find it. That's it. I'm about to show you something that most people miss when they look at their twin flames astrology. The thing about astrology is if you're really into natal charts and all that, you're on the twin flame journey and it's kind of irrelevant because it's not about compatibility. Like, I know you guys have done the synastry charts and to see if your charts align and if you're compatible, blah, blah, blah. But it's not about compatibility, and it's not about whether you are quote unquote meant to be. It is about what you came here to heal, though. So that's why some placements are relevant, some are totally not relevant, okay? And how your twin might be showing you exactly what that is. So here's what I found. I thought it was really interesting, and I'm going to tell you what happened. So I pulled up my chart and I knew his sun sign already, right? He's a Taurus sun. And I looked at my placements and I noticed that, well, my moon is a Taurus, so that's emotionally, that's how I feel safe, right? But the ones that were most interesting to me were my Chiron, which is what astrologers call your wounded healer placement. It's your deepest wound. My Chiron is a Taurus, right? So that is what I need to heal in my lifetime, and it matches my twin sun. Also, my South Node is in Taurus as well. And that's the pattern that you're supposed to leave behind in this lifetime. So it's whatever you mastered in your previous life, and you're meant to move past that mastery into something completely different in this lifetime. So it's almost like you have to leave it behind. Also, the placement that I thought is the coolest is the Black Moon Lilith, and that is also in Taurus, believe it or not. So that's the part of you that has been rejected either by others or by yourself, the part of you that you are rejecting. All right, it's what you're here to reclaim. So there's a power that you've rejected in you that needs to be reclaimed. That's the Black Moon Lilith. Now, every single one of those was a match to my twin's sun. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what are the odds? And then it hit me. That is not here by accident, right? As above, so below. Every time he comes in and triggers me, every time we interact, he is activating exactly what I came here to heal. Now, he doesn't really have to try. It's just his core energy, right? It's my energy too. But just him existing in that energy brings up what I need to heal. So I would really like to know what your natal chart looks like. I don't really know. It would be cool if it was matching, if maybe it isn't. Now, I've heard some twin flames have this thing going on. And what I'm saying is the thing that I'm talking about is your south node matches their sun sign. And that means that your past life energy matches their current sun sign. So that's the one that I'm really talking about here. So maybe yours matches, maybe it doesn't. But here's what I do know. There's that beautiful saying, as above, so below. As within, so without. It's a law of correspondence. What's happening on the outside reflects what's happening on the inside. Right? In my case, as above, he's a Taurus sun, grounded, stable, value-oriented, very slow-moving. And on the inside, I've got all these Taurus wounds around value, worth, being chosen, and feeling safe. And the relationship is basically forcing me to look at all of that. Not because he's like teaching me or anything, but just being around him brings it all up. All right, the wound around, am I valuable enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I worthy enough to be chosen in a long-term relationship? And I'll tell you more about why that placement matters in a minute. But the pattern of waiting to be chosen instead of choosing myself was something that I was really, really struggling with. And that's all those outer Chiron and Lilith and South Node patterns that I found myself in that he was triggering. Does this make sense, guys? The stuff I rejected about my own worth, all of it. It was all right there in the chart. Now, your situation might be completely different. Your person's chart might mirror something else in yours, or there might be no mirroring at all. But the principle is the same, is what's showing up externally in the dynamic is probably connected to what you're here to transform internally. And that's where it gets interesting. So one thing I want to explain is that this is not a checklist. So let's do some real talk for a minute. This is not about how you figure out if someone is your twin flame or not. I do not want you guys to use this information to do that. Oh, is this person my twin flame or not because their sun sign matches my south node? No, that's not what we're talking about here. Please don't go and check if their sun matches any of those placements and say, yes, that's my twin flame. That's not how this works. But your chart could work totally differently. So maybe there isn't a matching south node to the sun sign, but that does not mean they are or are not your twin flame. There might not be any matches at all. Every situation is different. But the question isn't, does it prove anything? The question is, what is my personal natal chart showing me about what I am here to heal? Because whether this person is your twin flame or not, whether they match your north node or south node or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Your natal chart is your map. Your north node, your south node, your Chiron, your Black Moon Lilith, and all the other planets are your roadmap to your personal self-actualization. And if someone in your life is triggering all of that stuff that needs to be healed, that's information. As above, so below. As within, so without. So the interesting part about the placements is I want to break down what these placements actually mean. So if you've ever done your natal chart and you looked at Chiron and go, what the heck is that? It is your wounded healer. It's your Achilles heel in this lifetime. So your deepest wound that you're dealing with. So this is where you got hurt really early and really often. It's also where you'll eventually be able to help other people once you've healed it yourself. So my Chiron is in Taurus, my twin sun sign. Wound around being valuable, being enough, and being worthy. Okay. So how he triggers that is every time I'm wondering, will he be in a loving, committed relationship with me? And I don't think I'm worthy of that. Am I good enough for it? Have I fixed everything in my life so that I'm beautiful enough, perfect enough, good enough? And the thing is, my Chiron is in the 6th house, which is the house of daily routine, and it's ruled by Virgo. So there's that perfectionism there. Okay. So there's a fear of not being perfect enough to have a loving, steady relationship. That is the Taurus Chiron in the 6th house. Now yours is going to be different, and I would really love to do your chart for you. So you should definitely think about doing one of these. Now, the way my twin triggered it is every time from the moment we met, this was like he was triggering this long-term relationship energy in me, right? So I was in a long-term relationship, and I was like, the minute I met him, he came out as husband energy, like from the get-go. And my wound was always coming up. Am I good enough? Right? Am I good enough? I had to figure it out. Like, am I good enough? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm worthy enough. I don't think I'm valuable enough. And I always had to do that healing work to see, like, is he going to choose me and pursue me and be with me long term? And just a very insecure energy around that. So the healing work was learning my value is not dependent on someone else choosing me. And let me tell you, your twin is not going to let you be codependent on them. So they're going to make you choose yourself before they quote unquote choose you, because it is a mirror. So you're going to have to choose yourself. If you want your twin to choose you, you choose yourself first. They will choose you because they're your mirror, if this makes sense. So now the South Node is the one that I'm talking about here that will most likely be a match. South Node is your past life if this whole thing works for you. So the South Node is your twin sun sign. So the South Node is what you're here to release in this lifetime. This is your default, your comfort zone, the pattern you have done before and mastered in past lifetimes. And you're supposed to be leaving that energy behind. So my South Node is in the 7th house, which means getting my worth from relationships. So in the past life, I got my value and my worth out of being in a long-term relationship. Needing partnership to feel valuable or worthy. Getting your worth from relationship. That is what I need to release in this lifetime. Now, I know that's really hard for some of you guys to hear because we all idealize being in a loving relationship with our twin. But my soul journey is to release that belief in this lifetime that my value is derived from being in a relationship with him. Okay? Now, he triggers it big time. Every time I wait for him to be in a relationship with me, I'm living my South Node, moving towards my North Node, which is Scorpio in the 1st house, which means being my own person, right? Being who I am without needing anyone else to choose me or validate me. Now, this is really, really hard, and some of you guys are going to get triggered, but this might not be your placement. So don't worry about it. It's my placement. But it would be really interesting for you guys to set up a reading with me because I would love to know about your placements and see what it is that you're moving from, away from in this lifetime and towards in this lifetime. But I'm telling you, the more you stay in that South Node energy, the thing you need to leave behind in this lifetime, the more pain you're inflicting on yourself. The Black Moon Lilith is the next placement, and it is your exiled power. So this is the part of you that got rejected, or the part of you that you are rejecting in yourself. So it's sort of like this suppressed, dark feminine energy that you feel ashamed of, and you don't want to be empowered or embodied by because it's too much. So again, my Lilith is in Taurus, which means I rejected my own inherent worth. Again, it is in the 7th house, the house of relationship, which really sucks. So for me, I have no planets in the 7th house. I just have these wounded planets, right? They're not really planets. They're like asteroids. So anyway, my wound is to release the power that needing a relationship for my worth and my value have. I need to release the need for a relationship to prove my value. Lilith also means I have the right to receive without earning it. I don't have to do anything to receive. My value is just my value just for existing. Now, how my twin triggers all of this stuff is there's a lot of shame around desire. There's a shame around wanting and being desired and wanting to be wanted. Does this make sense? I also have this sneaking feeling that am I good enough all the time that follows me around. So these are the things that need to be released in this lifetime, right? The work is reclaiming I am valuable just because I exist. So the North Node is where you are going. That's the next placement. Your soul's assignment in this lifetime. The frequency you are becoming. Now for me, my placement is my North Node is in Scorpio. It's opposite of Taurus. And it's in the first house, which is opposite of the 7th house. Now, the universe has cosmic jokes, as I always say. The first house is the house of I am. Just being who you are without needing anyone's validation at all. So my placement there is in Scorpio. And I'm here to be transformation. I'm here to be my true authentic self, which is really intense. And I am here to be my true authentic self instead of being nice and pleasing and feeling obligated to make sure everyone else is happy instead of me. Make sure that I make myself worthy to be chosen in a relationship. Nah, I just need to be myself independent of what anyone else thinks or whether anyone else chooses me. Now, how this journey serves that is every time I have to choose, do I be pleasant to keep everyone around or do I be honest and be my true authentic self? That's the work that I'm being asked to do in this lifetime. Now, does your chart work this way? I would really love to see where all your placements are. Super curious person. I love to dig in. Essentially, you can do the twin flame alchemy birth chart to see if there is any mirroring in your chart, if you know your twin sun sign, but it's really more for you. It's not a synastry chart. It's where are you? What are you healing in this lifetime? I would love to have you book a reading so we can find out. So what all this actually means is the whole twin flame journey. What is it about? It's not really about getting into a quote unquote relationship. It's not about figuring out if you're compatible with your twin via your birth chart. It is about your soul's evolution. The person you call your twin flame, whoever they are, they show up and they activate your Chiron, the wound that you need to heal, your South Node pattern, which is your past life, so that you can release it. They probably activated your Black Moon Lilith, which is what you have denied about yourself and what you need to reclaim from rejection. And also your North Node is where they're pushing you forward in your life so that you can become who you are meant to be. They are your mirror. And what's happening with them reflects what needs to shift in you, right? As within, so without, as above, so below. And once you see it this way, you will stop obsessing over what they're doing. You'll stop waiting for them to change because they're you. There's nothing to change. You can only change yourself. You'll start doing your work to become your true authentic self because that's what they're here for. They're here to help you do that. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, I wonder what my chart says. I wonder if I have any mirrored placements with my twin. It would be fun to know. So I created the Twin Flame Alchemy Birth Chart Bundle, which is 2 different charts I've created. They are super duper in depth. The first one works on the Twin Flame mirrored placement. So it's your North Node and South Node, your Chiron, your Lilith. And if there's any matching stuff. Also, it's basically a whole birth chart, so all your other placements will be there as well. But that's kind of what we're looking at here in order to help you to heal whatever stuff is coming up for you and whatever is being mirrored to you in your dynamic. And this is not generic astrology. The reason why I created these is because I really needed a deeper understanding. Like I said, when I was in my bubble love phase, I got really into astrology, and then I got into the teaching that says, oh, astrology, you can't think about them, you can't push the energy out, blah, blah, blah. So I just quit thinking about it for a while. But now I'm back to it, and it doesn't determine who your twin flame is, but it's helpful for you to understand your own self. Think about your birth chart as your specific curriculum in this lifetime. The link's in the description. And also, if you want the full story on what happened when I stopped waiting and just reclaimed my own power to communicate instead of sitting back and waiting on them to reach out, I wrote a whole blog post about it. And it's called The Day I Stopped Waiting, a twin flame journey from permission seeking to sovereign initiation. It goes into why waiting on your twin to pursue you might actually be spiritual bypassing, but also laws of the universe says waiting creates more waiting, if you think about it from a quantum physics standpoint. Also, it talks about your throat chakra and that your ability to communicate yourself clearly without permission or outsourcing to another person is divine feminine energy and sovereignty. I also talk about my whole North Node journey and also the Persephone myth for anybody who is into mythology and astrology and how it all has these ancient roots. Persephone is the basis for the Virgo constellation, and there's a whole story behind it where she gets kidnapped by Hades, the god of the underworld, and literally becomes the queen of the underworld, which is the exact polarity of the way we think of Virgo, the virgin. So it's kind of a cool story behind that. Links in the description box, you can read it. But the bottom line is your twin isn't a problem for you to solve. They are definitely your mirror though. And whatever they're triggering in you, they want you to release that. And there's no need to be waiting on them because waiting is part of the problem. They are definitely showing you what you need to become in yourself though. As above, so below. As within, so without. You just do the inner work, all right? This is what this journey is all about. Again, I'm Mary, the Twin Flame Alchemist. Thank you for being here. I hope this free information helped you. If it did, make sure you like the video because it helps other twin flames find me. And so see it as like a public service, but it's definitely equal energy exchange, and that's what this channel is all about. So click the link in the description box below for the Twin Flame Alchemy natal chart. There's also a soul purpose and abundance chart as well, because you have all these other placements that are not like what we talked about today, but will help you find your soul purpose and your abundance, if that makes sense. But I would love to do your chart for you, so definitely click the link in the description box below. I'll see you on the other side. Bye.